I've never been more patriotic in my life until I started playing Helldivers 2. Even in the beginning cutscenes, the dude tells you the point that you have to fight for Super Earth in a badass way. When I first saw the trailer, I thought this was gonna be another wave or horde game similar to Left 4 Dead 2, but after playing a couple missions, I realized it's exactly like Deep Rock Galactic, shooting bugs and robots. Except in Helldivers, the wave gets 10 times worse if you don't kill the bugs fast enough. It's like I'm back in Nam. Also, they don't have mining or loot bugs.
Golden loot bug!
Squish it!
Golden loot bug! Squish it!
I never knew that the first Helldivers even existed. It was released back in 2015. If I knew about this game, I would have played it because it plays similar to the second game, but instead of it being third person, it was made from a top-down view. I understand why they would make the game like this, since most of the popular games around that time were top-down games like Magicka 2 and Torchlight. It's crazy to me that they made the game work since people were complaining about it being live service game and a pay to win, but I'll talk about that later in the video. Now let's talk about Helldivers 2 and how amazing the game is and how the developers made a live service game work. Crazy, huh? Since, you know, this game. Yeah, this game, we don't talk about that one. Welcome to Helldivers 2, where everyone in the game screams, shouts, and fights for liberty and democracy. You even got NPCs take grenades for you just for democracy. Where the Terminats and the Automatons started trying to take over the galaxy yet again. Terminats are these annoying little bugs that look like isopods that apparently have exoskeletons built like tanks. Like seriously, you know how many rockets the Charger eats even if they look battle scarred? There are different types of Terminats and each have a special feature about them. The little ones, we don't care about these. They just call in reinforcements whenever they get the chance, so kill them super fast. But the rest are nightmares to deal with. I get PTSD just thinking about it. Once you get to the higher levels of difficulty, the game becomes so chaotic that when your teammates call in reinforcements, meaning you better be locked in because you're probably getting spawned in the middle of the mosh pit getting hit from all the angles. If that's not enough to make you scream and cry, then wait until you have these two things spawn at the same time, or even worse, multiple of them spawning. I know a fascist when I see one. The Bile Titan is basically this daddy long legs that spews acid at you from a distance, and most of the acid in this game is a one-shot if you're caught off guard. This is not even the worst part of the Terminats. The one dickhead that has me on a chokehold is the Stalker. And don't get it confused with the Hunter, the smaller version of it. These things can go invisible, but that's not the problem. The problem is that they won't get off your ass until you shoot them enough that it makes them back off. And then they come back just to give you a friendly shove. I want to slam my monitor every time they appear in my lobby. Also, there's this running joke that all the new players are having fun defeating the Terminats, while the actual hell is the battle against the Automaton. I will say this once for all the people who are playing this game. I would rather get rocket launchers to the face fighting against the Automatons rather than fighting off the cockroaches and their stupid acid. The Automatons are pretty simple and easy to defeat. All you really need is a shotgun and impact grenades. That's it. That's all you need. Yes, I get it that if you have a huge wave of them, then it gets increasingly hard. But it's the same with the Terminats. The only difference between them is that the Automatons have really big visible weak spots that you can shoot with no problem. You got one of the robots jump at you, use a shotgun. You got multiple berserkers after you, shoot them in the waist. The tank is also a joke of an enemy because you can use 2 impact grenades and it's gone. No need to waste your stratagems on it. Hulks are an issue if you have teammates that don't know how to kite it. You can shoot that big bright thing on its back, making it super easy to kill. The planets that the Automatons try to take over are filled with stratagem blockers and rocket towers, making it harder for the divers to complete their quests. Terminids just have this mushroom looking tree that blocks your vision, making it harder to see those nasty insects. If you're having a hard time in the beginning, the game provides upgrades and medals with every expedition you do, gradually making it faster and easier to complete the missions. There are multiple tools that can be unlockable through the ship's tool system. At this point of your fascist killing journey, you can start to have different builds for your teammates to provide what was lacking in it, or spam a certain stratagem to make it easier on you, aka the mortar sentry, especially the defense mission. Playing defensive mission is an easy way to get common samples and earn medals quicker than the other missions. While you're out spreading democracy, you can come across these 3 different samples that can give you an upgrade to your ship, making the stratagem stronger or have less of a cooldown when deploying them. Be careful when carrying samples though. If you die, you can drop them and have a harder time retrieving them, since the area might be swarmed with enemies, making it impossible to get them back. And trust me, getting samples and losing them at the last minute when the ship is ready to leave has to be the worst feeling ever. Mainly if you were so close to getting the upgrade for a certain stratagem you've been working so hard to get to. Successfully completing missions can give you medals that you can spend on war bonds. War bonds are essentially battle passes that work similar to Fortnite's battle pass. The more medals you get, the more weapons, boosts, and armor you unlock, giving you variations to what you want to build or use in the battlefield. Helldivers 2 really gave the players freedom to do whatever the hell they want and how they want to do it, going to the point that the servers were getting overwhelmed with players trying to liberate the planets from invasion. I had to silently watch my screen the whole time trying to get in the game because there weren't enough spaces for everyone. We even have updates on the invasions through Twitter.
With breaking news. The automatons have just launched surprise invasions of multiple developed worlds. In response, the Helldivers have been partially redirected from Operation Valiant Enclosure to defend against the bot incursion.
It really feels like we are part of an active war that only we can prevent. I genuinely think that Helldivers is going to have a big moment in history that people aren't going to forget, and being part of it just makes it better. They even want the Xbox people to join in on the battle. Of course, with all the enjoyment and happiness that people are experiencing playing Helldivers, there were some small issues certain players are complaining about. The idea that the game is pay to win, which is completely stupid and not true. I feel like some people don't know how to read or put 2 together. Not every item in the shop has a special enhancement to them, making them just for cosmetics, and even if they did, it's not like it makes the game easier on you. I bought armor and a helmet from the shop, and guess what? I still get tossed around like a toy. You can also get similar, if not the same enhancements that the armor have in the shop, but in the war bonds. The only difference is that the war bonds, the armor looks so ugly. You can also afford premium war bonds. You can either spend $10 or give it your all in the battlefield and find some super credits and save credits you were unlocking through the regular war bond, making it accessible to anyone playing the game long enough to unlock the premium war bonds without spending money. Helldivers is a perfect example of a live service game done right. The developers prioritized the gameplay rather than the microtransaction. They gave us purpose to keep logging on and take action against the threat of Super Earth. Every expedition the player takes counts towards the liberation of planets that the automatons or Terminids are currently expanding, giving everyone who participated in the liberation medals or reward. Also, the fun thing about it is that it still plays with the whole patriotic atmosphere the game has, making it more immersive for the players. The progression system in the game is also very similar to how older games were, where you had to constantly be playing the game and unlocking new items like Super Smash Bros with their characters or Mario Kart with their courses. Like I said before, even the premium war bonds don't dramatically change the game, even though they are microtransactions. Well, overall, Helldivers 2 has been a blast to play and has been keeping me up till 2 AM trying to fight for democracy. I actually wonder if they might add more events to the game, like they do surprise attacks to the planet close to Super Earth, and the enemies have to be exterminated before a certain time limit. The game has so much potential with what it can do, making the player base return to for more content. Hopefully we get another faction to fight against, or give us more lore based on who is sending the automatons and their obsession of taking over Super Earth. I have high hopes for Helldivers, and hopefully it doesn't gradually become more microtransaction heavy, or the developers completely give up on it like most other games. Also, I legit want to see if Roblox has made a version of Helldivers like they did with Lethal Company and The Backroom. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want more of these half-assed videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. See ya.
10. 9. There you go. Changing it to the good signal. It turned blue. Let's go. Oh, what the fuck?
Calling in reinforcements.